In this video I'll make this open magazine effect. You need two things prepared. You need some text and your image. So we're going to close this one off. Now we're going to load our image. Now that's the layer. Now it's far too big for what we want. So if we reduce the size of the image, it will reduce the size of the layer. So we use layers and we scale the layer. Now it's quite a large image, so I need to reduce it quite a bit. For this particular image it's 1600 pixels. Now you click on the lower one and that completes the calculations. Click on scale. And there's our scaled image. We've got our full layer with a scaled image. Now I need to put some guides in, so I go to Image, Guides, Percentage, down arrow, Vertical, and click OK. The next one I go to the top and just drag it down for a horizontal. Now I go to my Move tool, click the Move the Active Layer button and move it to the center so it lines up with the vertical line. Now I right click the top layer and alpha to selection. That selects that image. Now I'll make a new layer. OK. Now that takes that selection with it. If you click on that one you can see the selection still there. So what I do now, I fill that with white. Just drag the white in there and let it go. Now I'll go to select and select none. I'll go to my move tool and just move that across so it lines up with the center line, the vertical center line. Right click the top layer and merge down. I'll right click the top layer again, alpha to selection. Now I'll go over to select and I stroke that with 6 pixels and select none. Next I need to place my text in there. So I've got it on the desktop. I open up my desktop, click on it, it opens it up in LibreOffice. Now I make a selection. This is about the particular image. Go to copy, pull this out of the way, close the desktop vision off, go to my text tool and drag a text box inside that particular area. Now I hit the Control key and the V key. That places that text in there. Now increase the text by the tumbler so it word wraps inside that text box. So we're quite happy with that. Now I merge that down on top of our layer below. I'll make a new layer. This time I make a selection much larger than the current page. This is like our cover. So you've got to make the sides fairly even and the lower end a lot larger than the top. Let go. Now I'll grab the white and just drop it inside that selection. Move it down below. Now go to Edit and stroke that selection with 6 pixels. Right click the top layer and merge down. Go to select and select none. Now we make a new layer. We need another horizontal line and we go to the top and just drag another line down just below your image and your text box. I go to the pencil, choose a brush and move it down to 6 pixels. That's what the outside of the others are as well. Just use the tumbler. Now click on that line once, hold the shift key down, let the mouse button go and move it right across, and then click the other side. Now we duplicate that layer by 5 times. That's 4, one more. Now I go to my magnifier and increase the size, the magnify that area there so you can watch what's going on. We go to the move tool, we've got our top layer selected, and just move that one down just a fraction. Move to the next layer and move that one down about the same. Now you can use the down arrows on your keyboard, it moves it 1 pixel at a time. You can click in the next one and move it down about the same ratio. Next one, you move it down about the same gap. Next one, you move that one down also. Now we right click the top layer and merge the visible layers. Merge, and that keeps our transparency. Now I need to go back to the original size, which is about 25%. I need it a bit larger, so I use that little magnifier up there, will fit the window. Now I right click the area again and alpha to selection. That selects the box, that working area. Otherwise the next step you would render the whole area. We only want to render that little bit there and it would take much longer. We go to filters, distort, blend, curve and bend. Click that little box there so you can see what's going on. Hit the radio button, the lower, and just grab that and move it up just a fraction, not too much. Go to the other side and move it about the same. Grab the center and pull it down to the center line. Now we click the upper button and it do the same thing. We push that one up and then we push this one up. We pull that one down. Now we click on the OK button. The filter makes a floating selected layer, so we make it a complete layer by clicking that button there. Now we turn the bottom layer off because it's distorting the background. Just turn the eye off. Now we go to filters, light and shadow, and we put in a drop shadow. We increase that just a fraction up to about 80 because it's a bit faint for this type of image. Use the tumbler and then click OK. Because it makes a separate layer, you click on that layer and go to the move tool and just move that over and down a little so it gives you that effect that it's drop shadow. Click on the top layer and merge down. Now we've got that layer, we go to our perspective tool and drag it up. Just move it out of the way a bit and drag it up so you get that laying down effect of the magazine. And then click transform. Go to your move tool and move your image to the center of your work page. We make a new layer. OK. Now we go over to our patterns, click on that one, and it usually defaults to that one there, which is the pine wood. Just drag the pine wood into there and let it go. Now move that layer below your work, and then click the top layer, right click the top layer and flatten image. Go to your image, guides, remove all guides, and there's our open magazine effect with the drop shadow and a nice background. We go to File, to export it, export it as magazine, -2, and export. And then we can just close off Gimp, quit. And that's our magazine there, our latest model. Click it, blow it up to a larger size, and there you have a magazine effect of an area in Ireland called Killarney. That image is also from Killarney. So give the video a rating, and there's a hard copy, but it's more for advanced. It's more in text format than the others, like the normally others.